Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Run It Back. Today we're kicking off a series diving into forgotten but nostalgic cartoons, shows that may have vanished from TV but live on in our memories. These aren't your usual rerun staples. We're talking about the underrated, the overlooked, and the straight-up weird gems that help define Saturday mornings and after-school hours for a generation of kids. In this first part, we'll cover 10 shows, from Brave Little Mice to Street Smart Teddy Bears. Whether you grew up watching these or you're just curious about some deep cartoon cuts, you're in for a throwback treat. Let's jump into forgotten but nostalgic cartoons. 1. FIEVEL'S American Tales. Spinning off from the classic and American Tail movies, FIEVEL'S American Tales took the adventures of our favorite immigrant mouse to Saturday mornings. The show followed Fievel, Mousekewitz, and his family as they adjusted to life in the American West, bringing back many of the beloved characters and heartfelt themes about immigration, family, and courage. Though it didn't last long, the animation and storytelling captured the same spirit that made the movie special. It's a shame this one has slipped through the cracks, because it had a great mix of charm and heart. Kids who watched this in the early 90s might remember its gentle lessons about friendship and doing the right thing, often delivered in a surprisingly emotional way for a Saturday cartoon. It also served as a soft introduction to American history and culture through the eyes of anthropomorphic mice. 2. WAYNEHEAD. Before the Proud Family or Static Shock, WAYNEHEAD gave us a black lead character from a working-class family in New York. Created by Damon Wayans, this short-lived series followed a young boy with a clubfoot named Marvin, nicknamed WAYNEHEAD, and his adventures with his crew of diverse friends. The show mixed humor and social commentary in a way that wasn't common for kids' TV at the time. Even though it only lasted one season, WAYNEHEAD stood out for its honesty and realism. It didn't shy away from real issues like disability, poverty, and bullying, while still keeping a fun and optimistic tone. With its jazz-influenced score and urban setting, it felt unique and ahead of its time, and it deserves way more credit than it gets today. 3. The World of David the Gnome. The World of David the Gnome was a gentle, beautifully animated series that followed David, a forest gnome doctor, and his wife Lisa. With its calm narration and environmental themes, this Spanish-imported cartoon was unlike anything else on Nickelodeon at the time. The peaceful tone and hand-drawn art gave it a magical storybook vibe that stuck with viewers. Though it was quiet and slow-paced compared to the zany energy of other cartoons, David the Gnome had a soothing effect that many kids didn't even realize they appreciated. It also had one of the most emotional series finales ever, with David and Lisa turning into trees. It's the kind of show that left a soft but lasting impression, one that still holds up for those who remember.
Everybody wants to be a cave kid, 'cause cave kids are brave kids.
4. Cave Kids. Who knew the prehistoric toddlers from the Flintstones could hold their own show? Cave Kids focused on Pebbles and Bam Bam as preschool-age kids going on imaginative adventures. This spin-off was aimed squarely at the little kid crowd, with music and educational messages in every episode, which made it a good fit for syndication in early morning slots. While it didn't make the same splash as its parent show, Cave Kids had an innocent charm. The animation had a pastel look that fit its target audience, and the show often explored themes like sharing, feelings, and working together. It was a nice way to introduce younger viewers to the Flintstones universe, and a rare attempt at turning a classic cartoon into preschool fare. 5. PELSWICK. Long before representation became a major focus in kids' media, PELSWICK gave us a cartoon about a kid in a wheelchair navigating middle school life. Created by For Better or For Worse cartoonist Lynn Johnston, this show was funny, quirky, and surprisingly insightful. PELSWICK himself refused to let his disability define him, which made him a great role model for kids. The show leaned heavily into absurd humor, with lots of exaggerated characters and surreal moments, but it never lost its emotional grounding. Episodes tackled topics like accessibility, peer pressure, and standing up for yourself without being preachy. While it never became a big hit, it was quietly progressive and is still appreciated by those who remember it.
I'm living for the weekend. I'm living for the weekend.
6. The Weekenders. The Weekenders followed 4 friends, Tino, Carver, Lore, and Tish, who made the most of their weekends after school. Each episode covered the span of a weekend, with the kids navigating everything from embarrassing moments to friend drama. The show had a unique animation style and fast-paced, witty dialogue that made it stand out from other Disney offerings. One thing that made this show special was how grounded it felt. The kids acted like actual tweens, and their friendship felt real. Plus, the show poked fun at school life, weird trends, and even itself. It also broke some format rules by having the characters wear different outfits every episode, a rare thing for animated shows back then.
It's the funky cartoon, leave them dancing in the aisle.
7. Seabear and Jamal. Seabear and Jamal starred a young black boy named Jamal and his magical rapping teddy bear, voiced by Tone Loc. The show was part fantasy, part slice of life, with Jamal getting advice and support from Seabear whenever he ran into a tough situation. It mixed hip-hop culture with traditional cartoon values in a way that was really fresh for its time. What made Seabear and Jamal stand out wasn't just its music and swagger. It had real heart. It dealt with stuff like peer pressure, self-esteem, and understanding different cultures, all with a sense of fun. And let's be honest, who didn't want a cool, magical teddy bear like Seabear as a kid?
Owe it all to that 4-ply diaper and that safety pin. Fantastic Max!
8. Fantastic Max. Fantastic Max was a sci-fi comedy about a baby who traveled through space with his toys. Max wasn't your ordinary infant. He could talk, fix spaceships, and battle aliens, thanks to his trusty robot and alien sidekick. The show combined outer space adventures with wacky humor, making it feel like a cross between Rugrats and the Jetsons. The charm of Fantastic Max came from how it played with imagination. To a kid, the idea of blasting off to another planet from the nursery was just cool. It didn't always make sense, but that was part of the fun. It captured the chaotic creativity of being a little kid perfectly. 9. Heathcliff. Before Garfield dominated the Fat Cat cartoon game, Heathcliff was the king of TV feline mischief. This orange tabby had his own show, which combined 2 segments, Heathcliff's City Antics and a group called the Cadillac Cats. Heathcliff was a smart-mouthed troublemaker who loved fish and taunted everyone from dogs to trash collectors. The show had a funky energy and catchy theme song that kids still hum today. While it never hit the same mainstream success as Garfield, Heathcliff had a rougher, more streetwise vibe that gave it edge. For many 80s and 90s kids, it was their first introduction to a cat who didn't play by the rules.
Everybody bump.
10. Bump in the Night. Bump in the Night was a stop-motion series that aired on ABC and featured the misadventures of Mr. Bumpy, a green monster who lived under a kid's bed. Along with his friends Squishington and Molly Coddle, Bumpy caused chaos while also learning valuable life lessons. The animation was strange and charming, making it unlike anything else on at the time. What made this show stick in people's memories was its weird, gross, and silly tone. The creatures were all bizarre but lovable, and the humor had a punk rock vibe. It was like the weird cousin of Pee-wee's Playhouse. And for kids who liked their cartoons a little offbeat, Bump in the Night was a hidden gem. That wraps up part 1 of our list, 10 cartoons that deserve way more love than they get today. From FIEVEL'S American Tales to Bump in the Night, each one brought something totally unique to the cartoon lineup, and probably left a bigger impression than you even realized. Before we wrap up, I want to give a huge shout out to our Throwback Influencer tier members, Peace by Chaos, Thicula, iCritic, Mary Jarrell, and Jeremy Bowen. Your support means the world, and I truly appreciate you being part of the Let's Run It Back community. A massive thank you to all the other members as well. Your support helps keep the nostalgia alive and lets me keep making these videos. As a reminder, members get access to videos at least one day early, so if you want to see content before anyone else, consider joining. And if you want another way to support the channel, you can check out the merch store, grab some nostalgic gear, and rep Let's Run It Back in style. Every bit of support helps, and I couldn't do this without y'all. If any of these sparked a memory or made you go, "Oh, I remember that one," go ahead and drop it in the comments. And make sure you're subscribed to Let's Run It Back so you don't miss part 2, where we'll cover 10 more lost gems that'll take you even deeper down the nostalgia rabbit hole. Like the video, share it with a fellow 90s or 2000s kid, and as always, keep the nostalgia alive.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.